This video is going to share with you how to use ChatGPT and artificial intelligence to maximize your Airbnb business. My example I'm going to do is in Miami, but pretty much anywhere you can use what I'm showing you. Let's start from the beginning. If you didn't know, ChatGPT started in the end of November. So there's a website called openai.com. And for those of you who don't have ChatGPT, you can go on and sign up there. It's free. There are different price points that you can use, but for the most part, people use the free version. I'm not going to get into the implications of how artificial intelligence, is it great? Is it bad? Is it going to hurt us in the future? With every great generational technology, there are pros and cons. So if you go onto that website, openai.com, you can sign up. It's like Google on steroids, but a better way to explain it is imagine hiring the smartest person or one of the smartest people as your assistant, and you're not paying them anything. Or if you go to the upgraded version of ChatGPT, it's only $20 a month. So you have this incredibly smart person that you're hiring, and you can ask them any question and they'll give you the information within seconds. It's not perfect, but you'll see that with anything using this platform, it's not that difficult to make edits. So the first thing you want to do is after you get the ChatGPT account, the next thing you would do is you'd start a new chat. And I'm going to go to my ChatGPT. And what I did is I started a chat, and I want to share with you what I pulled up and what I wrote. So as you can see with ChatGPT, you need to ask a question, and there are different ways of asking questions, and they're called prompts. When you ask ChatGPT, it's like a messenger tool. So it's not like you ask one thing. You can ask something and they can give a response, and then you can ask them to modify it, make it better, and you'll see with my example. So the first thing I wrote is, I own a short-term rental property in Miami and want some tips on making the most money on the Airbnb website. Please share with me the top 5 tips that will make me the most money besides the basic obvious stuff about professional photography and getting lots of great reviews. Those are basic things that everyone knows. So as you can see, it says, so here are 5 tips to help you make the most money from your short-term rental property on Airbnb. Number 1, optimize your pricing. And so what I would recommend is if you're watching this video, I would recommend watching it on a laptop, like a desktop, a bigger screen, and then pause the video so you could actually take time to read everything. Because if I read everything and I go into all the details, this video will be very long. So instead, after each one, I would recommend you pausing. So the first thing is optimize your pricing. It gives some tips on pricing. Number 2, offer extra amenities, offer snacks, coffee, toiletries. So just to give you an example, a few years ago, I went to a hotel. I was staying in LA. I got to the room, and the thing that wowed me that I'm still talking about today is they had free water and free snacks in the room. So even though the cost of the hotel was on par with the other ones in that type of quality, it included free water and free snacks. And maybe it cost them $5-10 at the most, but I was wowed because when you're used to going to a hotel, you're used to paying a ton of money if you want to use their snack bar. So most people don't use it. They get the stuff from outside, they bring it back to the hotel. But this was amazing. It had just a few waters, a few different snacks, potato chips, M&Ms, and some healthy stuff. And it made me remember that after a few years and even share that with you. Number 3, create a great guest experience. So it tells you how to do those things. Number 4, improve your listing ranking, and it shares with you how to do that. Number 5 is build a strong brand. Building a strong brand is making something Instagrammable. So if I were to start a restaurant, or if I had a business or an Airbnb business, I would make sure I have something in that room or that house or condo, whatever the Airbnb, the short-term rental property is, And I have something amazing, whether it's a piece of art, whether it's something very cool, just something very different, where the people that were staying at my business would want to take a photo and share it on their Instagram. Because by doing that, all of a sudden we're creating a brand, we're creating something different, and we're getting a ton of free publicity. So it helps build our brand. After you do that, I can add something else I want to add to this conversation with ChatGPT. So if I liked one of these things, I could expand upon it. So I'll give you an example. Can you expand on number one and share with me best practices that a beginner host on Airbnb would understand? So by doing that, let's see what happens. It says, of course, here's some best practices for optimizing your pricing on Airbnb. You can pause your computer, your YouTube, and just look at these different things. I did a video on how to do an Airbnb in Miami without getting fined. We've had 15,000 views. Our team, we sell real estate in Miami, and every week we get 1 or 2 calls for someone from around the country that wants to do it. We created a blog and our ranking is very high on Google. I'll put a link to that article. So another thing that you would want to do is sometimes when we are putting our property and description on Airbnb, not all of us are great writers. Sometimes, even if we're very good at writing, sometimes we have writer's block. So what you could do is, in this case, I'm going to write to ChatGPT, please share with me a great description of my Airbnb property. Here are a few things about it. It is a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, single family home in the heart of Miami. It is updated and has a pool and a nice backyard, and is centrally located to many great restaurants and shops. Then I would go one step further and I could say, please write this in an engaging and fun way so that people from outside of Miami would get very excited about staying in my Airbnb property. Make it formal, add some humor. And let's see what it says. So this is what it says. And I'm not going to read the whole thing, but I'm going to read some of it. And also, sometimes ChatGPT writes too much. And if there's a limitation with what you can write on Airbnb and you're getting towards the end, you can just ask it to shorten it, words, and it'll do that. It's not perfect, but it's really good. Okay, so this is the description. I'll read some of it and then you can just pause it and read it. Welcome to your new Miami oasis. Our 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, single-family home has everything you need for a fun and relaxing stay in the heart of the city. We recently updated the property with all the modern amenities you could ever want, so you can soak up some sun by the pool or chill out in the backyard while staying connected with free Wi-Fi throughout the house. Our location can't be beat. We're centrally located to some of the best restaurants and shops that Miami has to offer. Whether you're craving some Cuban cuisine or want to splurge on some designer threads, you'll find it all just a stone's throw away. And when you need a break from the hustle and bustle, retreat to our tranquil oasis where you can relax by the pool, fire up the grill, and sip on some refreshing cocktails with your crew. So I like it, but I want to add something else. I'm going to say add more humor. Okay, so it redid it. So this is what it said. You know what they say, mi casa es su casa, but our casa is way cooler. Trust us. Not only do we have a sweet pool that will make all your Instagram followers jealous, but we also have a backyard that's perfect for playing some cornhole or having a little dance party under the stars. And when you need a break from all the action, our comfy bedrooms are just a few steps away. Because let's be real, nothing beats a good night's sleep after a long day of soaking up the Miami sun. And don't even get us started on the location. We're in the heart of Miami, baby. You can walk to all the best restaurants, bars, and shops, or hop in an Uber and be at the beach in no time. So I'm not going to read the rest of it, but you see how great it is? This is just a basic way of using ChatGPT to make a lot more money on your Airbnb with the tips and other things. And I use the free version of ChatGPT. Like I said, we did a video on how to do Airbnbs in Miami without getting fined. And that video will help you quite a bit because there are a lot of things that make it difficult to do Airbnbs in Miami. We've sold tons of them and we can help you. We know all the deals, the properties that are coming on the market with newer developments before they come on, and we can share with you all of that. Hopefully this video helps you. Make sure to subscribe and like the video. Thanks so much. All the best. Love you guys.